The question that challenges you: what if everything you've ever done, every choice, every breath, every heartbreak, wasn't real? Not in the dreamlike, we live in a simulation sense, but real only because someone else decided it should be. Because that's the spine of this thought experiment. It doesn't ask you to doubt the world. It asks you to doubt you, your decisions, your ethics, your pride in being a good person. It whispers, what if your morality was manufactured? What if you are only good because you've never been tested? What if, deep down, you're not who you think you are? That's the terror philosophers felt. Because it's not about the world being fake. It's about your character being unproven. And there's one question that breaks the whole thing open. If no one was watching, who would you become? The trolley problem. The test of moral calculus. Let's begin. In 1967, philosopher Philippa Foot posed a scenario that became a legend. The world calls it the trolley problem. You stand by a railway track. A trolley barrels forward out of control. On the main track, 5 workers are tied up. They will die. But beside you is a lever. Pull it, and the trolley switches to another track where 1 worker stands. 1 life to save 5. Would you pull the lever? Almost everyone says yes. It's painful, but 5 outweigh 1. It's simple math, a grim calculation. But now, let's change it. The stranger on the bridge. The ethical wall. You're on a footbridge above the tracks, heading for 5 people. Beside you stands a large man. You could push him off the bridge. He would fall onto the tracks, stopping the trolley. He would die, but the 5 would live. Do you push him? This time most people hesitate. Why? Because now you're not switching paths. You're using someone. You're doing harm to create good. It's no longer about the result. It's about what kind of person you are willing to become to get it. This highlights the war between utilitarianism and deontology. The unseen shadow of your character. Most people walk away from the trolley problem thinking, I'm a decent person. I do the right thing. But that's the trap. This experiment doesn't test your intelligence. It tests your comfort with moral violence. It shows that inside you and me is someone who can weigh a life like currency. And once you see that shadow, you can't unsee it. If your ethics depend on circumstance, on logic, on outcomes, then what are you? Just a moral machine? This thought experiment is terrifying because it makes the soul feel calculable. The experience machine, the lie of happiness. But this is just the beginning. There's another existential thought experiment, far more disturbing. One that asks you to look at every good thing you've done and wonder if it was ever about goodness at all. It asks if you are real, if your dreams are truly yours, or if they were planted, if your values were chosen or programmed. It's called the experience machine, proposed by Robert Nozick. The seduction of perfect illusion. Imagine this. Scientists invent a perfect machine. You lie inside it, close your eyes, and for the rest of your life, you live a dream. A dream so vivid, so flawless, you believe it's real. You can be anyone, a genius, a world savior, every pleasure, every victory. Would you choose a perfect illusion over a messy, uncertain reality? Most people say no.
They claim, I want truth, not fantasy. I want to do, not just feel like I'm doing it. But the lie is deeper than you think. Society is the real experience machine. Here's the trap. The real experience machine is society. It's culture, praise, and fear. You built an identity around acceptance. Be smart, be kind, and people will love you. You chased achievements. You played the hero. Every compliment is a new wire. Every like is another simulation pulse. You feel good, but you're not free. You're trained. This experiment terrifies thinkers because it reveals that most of us don't need to plug into a machine. We already have. Freedom is questioning your choices. People think freedom is doing whatever you want. But if what you want was given to you by ads, teachers, or trends, then how is that free? Maybe freedom isn't choice. Maybe freedom is the capacity to question your choices, to ask, why do I want this? Who benefits from me wanting it? What would I choose if no one was watching? You don't have to escape the machine. You have to wake up. The phenomenal self-model, the illusion of you. Every belief you have, every emotion, every identity you wear. What if none of it is truly you? Here is the final thought experiment that shook philosophy to its core. It's called the phenomenal self-model. This model says that the sense of being you, a thinker, a chooser, a feeler, is just a trick, a simulation your brain creates to keep the body alive. The vanishing of the I. In reality, there is no you inside, just a storm of sensations running a script, a user interface like a character on screen believing it's real while the code runs behind it. You're the dream, not the dreamer. The more philosophers and mystics try to find the I inside the body, the more it vanishes, leaving only silence. This is the part that terrifies. If your sense of self is just a model, then who or what is watching the model? There must be an observer, but that observer has no voice, no gender, no memories. It just watches. This is what mystics and deep thinkers share. There is no solid, separate self. There is only experience happening. There's only presence witnessing. This consciousness is the one thing the world cannot manipulate. The freedom beneath the noise. If you felt unsettled, you're on the right track. Once the panic fades, you feel lighter. Because if there's no you holding the pain was never personal. The trick to finding real freedom is in letting go of the mask you built and the machine you obeyed. It was the space behind it all, the silence watching the thoughts, the awareness aware of itself. What if this whole time you were never the thinker, never the struggler, never the role, just the awareness waiting patiently in the background for you to stop performing, stop pretending, stop identifying, and simply return, not to a version of you, but to the watcher, the one who was always there before thought, before memory, before the illusion of you. Welcome back.